back to the board for the formal action. And is there, I really hate to say this, is there a motion approving the resolution and tile plaque recognizing Margie Williams upon her retirement as clerk of the board? All right, we have a motion by Supervisor Turpin. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Stetson. Under further discussion.
Do we have to?
I don't think we do. We can have two, right?
Now, if the motion fails, does she come back?
There's a thought. She says absolutely not. Okay, under further discussion, seeing that, we'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? No opposed. Passes unanimously. There is one special presentation that I'm going to, before we do the resolution and plaque, join down there, I'm going to turn it over to our county administrative officer because I want to make sure those that participated are able to stay. So, Wayne, if you could come on in and bring the gang.
This is not going as we rehearsed.
No, we're kind of, because I'm worried they're going to leave. So.
But Margie, we wanted to get you a special gift from all of your friends here. With love. We went to the experts, Michelle and Tommy. They gave us some advice. Your husband gave us advice. Wayne, of course, got involved. But Margie, we'd like you to have this bench from the FFA. They put that together especially for you. We have a plaque in... Yeah, there is room for two. We also have a special plaque ordered, but it hasn't come in yet. So this is what the plaque says. It is in recognition of Margie Williams' dedicated service to the citizens of Mariposa County as clerk of the board from 1986 through 2012. And again, it's from all of us up here on the second floor that work so closely with you and really with our sincere appreciation and respect.
I kept watching the clock going, gee, I hope the kids don't have to catch the bus, and because I really wanted them to be able to see all their work and effort and what it means to two deserving individuals. And when I say two, I mean Tom and Margie, because it definitely was a team effort. So, and I definitely wanted those kids as well as Wayne to be able to participate and see what it means to them, and for Margie to get to see the kids too. So that's why we went out of order. Yeah.
We didn't know it was coming in. So.
We were really worried that it would get scraped if we unloaded it and loaded it as many times. And Michelle, Margie, you may not have known, but Michelle actually stole you guys' truck and went up and FFA loaded it in the truck. So if you were wondering how come we disappeared together, that's where we were headed. And then Michelle could not pull into the parking lot until we were certain you were in the building. So you threw me a curve when you were giving the hugs out there, and I asked you where you were going, and you said you were going to hand out jam. I thought, I've got to block the door, she can't go out there. So it's been known as Operation Bench, and if you saw all the emails going back and forth with Wayne and Michelle and trying to keep this a secret, and so we did. We titled it as Operation Bench, so forever it'll be known as Mariposa County's Operation Bench. And I want to say a special thanks to Tom for all the hours, and Michelle and Tommy, because we stole you so many holidays, so many vacations and after hours in this office that the community will never know. And there wasn't like a weekend or an evening night. She was always the last one to leave and the first one here. So I just want to say how special it is, and I hope you spend many, many enjoyable time. And we even have a crew that's going to go with us and follow you home and place it. So, because we don't want either one of you to hurt yourself, because we expect lots of traveling and enjoying years together. So, if I could get you to join me. And one more thanks to FFA, because they responded. I mean, it was like short notice. What do we do? What do we do? We've got to get something just absolutely special. And Wayne stepped up to the plate. The FFA kids stepped up to the plate, and they pulled it all together and on time. And they also kept the secret of Operation Bench. So I got to take my glasses off to be able to read. So with this, we have Mariposa County Resolution number 12-594. We did not make her type her own resolution. A resolution recognizing Margie Williams for her outstanding service to the County of Mariposa. Margie Williams in 1974 was hired as part-time Justice Court Clerk in Mariposa County. In that first year was appointed by the Board of Supervisors as Clerk of the Court and oversaw all operations of the court. In 1976, worked as Comprehensive Employment Training Act. A lot of people will remember it as CETA. Administration. In 1977 was Monterey County CETA Administration. In 1979, Red Carpet Real Estate. In 1980 was hired as Mariposa Justice Court Clerk. In 1983 served in the County Clerk's office, assisting with all aspects of the office, including Superior Court, County Clerk, elections, and Clerk of the Board functions. We joke because it was one building, but there was a whole lot of work going on behind the scenes. In 1986, the Clerk of the Board was separated from the County Clerk, and Margie was appointed by the Board of Supervisors as Clerk of the Board, probably the best action that was taken. A position she held from 1986 to 2012. And Margie has tirelessly clerked thousands of board meetings, including an 18-hour general plan public hearing in which the lights went off several times. Was responsible for agendas, minutes, records, management, processing resolution, ordinances, contracts, etc. Maintained board-appointed committee records of 55 plus committees with over 550 positions. Assessment appeals clerk after hours of emergency declarations, and had extensive knowledge of applicable local and state laws and regulations. And Margie was responsible for processing thousands of projects approved by the board, including but not limited to the general plan, Title 17 updates, construction of the new government center, adult detention center, libraries, the human services building, and countless other county facility construction and remodel projects, community plans, town plans, community service districts, zones of benefit, land divisions, a multitude of agreements and budget adjustments, mid-year and final budgets, funding and construction of 3 new fire stations, creation of mining and mineral museum, acquisition of fire trucks, water tenders. We all remember the ballot process. Margie got that thrown at her. The memorandum of understanding with Administrative Office of the Courts and the County of Mariposa for the continued use of the historic Mariposa County Courthouse Superior Court. And Margie's additional duties, she even had additional duties, can you imagine? Included LAFCO Secretary, the Proposition 218 ballot process, maintaining the website for the board, and was delegated the authority to schedule public hearings. And Margie magnanimously accomplished implementation of Minute Track Agenda Management Program. And I want to say, those that have done Minute Track want to know how Mariposa County was able to implement it with just a few people and in a speed of time. I mean, it takes months and probably years to understand it. They did it in just a matter of days. Managing the function with no increase in staffing, and implementing the summary ordinance process, saving several thousands of dollars in publication costs. And Margie has seen many changes over the years, including 30 chairmen, more than 26 supervisors, 6 county administrative officers, using carbon, it almost sounds like in a partridge in a pear tree, using carbon paper for multiple copies prior to the purchase of a copier, took messages by hand prior to voicemail, swore in department heads, probably swore at them under her breath, but she swore in department heads, recorded recorded minutes, starting with reel-to-reel tapes, then to VHS tapes, to audio cassette tapes, to CDs, and finally audio streaming. And Margie, as clerk of the board, was a vital link in providing services to the Board of Supervisors, county departments, and the public, including detailed record keeping that has proved invaluable to a number of grand jury investigations and lawsuits. Margie has been actively involved with the community for many years as Future Farmers of America Boosters Treasurer, assisting with the FFA Boosters Dinner Dance Auction, as well as participation in many craft fairs. And whereas Margie will enjoy her retirement, gardening, canning, crafting, and spending time with Tom, her husband of 37 years, that's if she ever gets rested up after all that, her children Tom, and his wife, Dr. Jamie Williams, and grandson Tommy, and daughter Michelle Williams. Now therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Supervisors of Mariposa County, a political subdivision in the state of California, hereby recognizes and commends Margie Williams for her outstanding service to Mariposa County and expresses sincerest wishes for a long and happy retirement, passed and adopted today's date, December 2012. And I can tell you she probably knows this by heart, that following recital that we do on each and every resolution. She has been wonderful to the community, and they are blessed. I'm blessed to have known her. So. And she probably won't say much, but we'll try to get her to say something.
Boy, now I know I was tired. It's been a long time, and the years have kind of gone fast. My husband kept asking if I was preparing a speech, and I said, you know, all my years here, it's poker face and no talk, unless you have to, you know, suddenly or something. But we have a great county, and I thank Wayne and the kids. The youth have been a big part of Tom's and my life, supporting the 4-H, the FFA, Kids First, and the other youth organizations. I mean, they're our future. I know how invaluable those programs have been to our children, Tom and Michelle, and we're pleased that they were able to go as far as they did with those programs, and they helped them in their professional lives. I've truly enjoyed working with all the staff, the elected and appointed department heads, the CAOs, the county councils, and the board. I mean, the public has no idea how much our board members work for the county day in and day out. I had a couple of thoughts. At one point I said, what if I go another year? And then after I drove in the parking lot last Tuesday, it's hot full, I thought, my arm is going to feel so much better on Wednesday. No doubt I have made the right decision. And as Jim says, I am so happy that every day is Saturday. So it's been a great board. I'm looking forward to enjoying time with family in the garden and watching for Royals Roadrunners. So thank you all very, very much. I should introduce my mother-in-law and her husband, Catherine and Jack and Merriman are here. Michelle, my husband, Tom. Tom worked away a lot of the time during my time here, and so the kids did spend a lot of time at the office and helping, and that was greatly appreciated. But I thank all of you. This is wonderful. Gosh, unexpected, but thank you very much.
And don't run away. I saw Marvin raise his hand. Marvin wants to say something. So, and if there's anybody else that has any special presentations, please raise your hand and let us know.
Wow.
Don't scratch the bench.
40 years, Margie. 40 years? I was 40 years in home called building a plant. So that kind of tells you how old I am. Right. Well, I was going to say soft drink plant. You don't have the slightest idea how many lives that you have touched. One happens to be my granddaughter. My granddaughter was born 2 days after her grandmother died. And so Margie, my little granddaughter Maggie and George have made a little present I'm going to give to you for all your kindness. My grandmother said you're the kindest person she ever knew. She says that if my grandmother was still alive, she'd be just like you. And don't cry on me now. I can't take this. Anyhow, and my grandson said to me, he said that she's an awesome lady and she's really cool. So, anyhow, with that, they made you a little basket for your Christmas.
Well, how sweet. Tell them thank you very much.
And you have touched their lives that we can't believe with all the letters and the notes you have sent them. And of course, Santa then has fixed this for you.
Oh,
So
thank
with
you
that,
very much.
so, okay, very good.
Are there any other special presentations? Yeah. Well, we are going to take a recess, and so you can give your warm wishes, and I know Margie will always be around, and I'm looking forward to having a fun lunch. Not working much, but I just want to say, this is one individual that I will love you